And Freak subbed in for Jody Meeks. You have to love the newest stadium in the NBA here at Barclays. Very state-of-the-art, outstanding facility.
Yeah, the Nets have a nice home here. I bet they wish they were stronger here at home. Finished under 500 last season with a record of 19-22.
On the floor for Detroit, Freak in a two-guard. Andre Drummond is out there with Tobias Harris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Jackson in at the point guard position. Now here's Ellington. He's guarded closer. Clock at 6. There's a screen by Robinson. Uncovered. Jump shot is good that time.
And you know, guys, that 19-22 record here in Brooklyn certainly a stain for the Nets. I mean, they would be the only team to make the playoffs in the NBA last year with a losing record at home.
Passes it to Jackson. Feeds to Freak. Wide open look. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter.
And with the Nets' struggles at home last season, they were simply outshot in this building. Also, they were the second worst in rebound differential at home, meaning they got killed on the glass.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Thomas Robinson has been on a lot of teams here in this short time in the league. Not easy to find a spot when you're always getting moved.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Larkin's checked in, and a switcher also for Detroit. Dinwiddie's checked in for Jackson. And for Robinson, the trade's way on him as well. Clarkie said last season that he just wants to prove that he belongs here.
Well, you know, he's yet to find the right fit for a team, but the skill set is clearly there. I mean, he's an NBA player. There's no doubt about that. Looked great for Philadelphia near the end of the year as he got minutes with them.
Drummond passes to Freak. To the middle. Harris kicks to Dinwiddie. Drains the three-pointer.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
44 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Lopez a screen. Here's Sloan. Kicks to Lopez. Ball stolen. Pass break Detroit. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Anthony's checked in for Drummond. .27 seconds left in the first. Anthony sets the pick for Freak to the middle. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Freak. Anthony's got his first points of the night.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Here's Larkin. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Lopez, no luck. With 1 on the clock, and Caldwell-Pope gets the basket.
All right, now, everyone here at the Barclays Center.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us. Jack. And a different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Anthony. Tobias Harris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Freak subbed in for Jody Meeks. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. Then there's Shane Larkin. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Sloan in the point. So that's the Nets 5. Lopez, no luck.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14. Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Jackson dishes to Freak. They get a hand on it. Caldwell Pope pass to Drummond. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant one foul.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measures 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan, and he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends.
And the Pistons making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Freak kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's the screen with the floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Dinwiddie's got 5. And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses, off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletically.
You talked about the raw physical tools. When you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value, great hands and quick feet, and he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him. As they say.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
That's tipped, but they'll get another chance. The Nets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. The first one falls.
At the line for 2.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Freak. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. To the inside. It's picked off. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Young outside. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Freak dishes to Drummond. Pass to Freak. Trey, the offensive rebound, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yep, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe.
And so that's the end of the first half.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. Very nice offensive first half from the reserves. You guys had a big impact. We'll be coming back to you in the second half. One big reason to be encouraged is the scoring we got off turnovers. There's nothing that'll lift a team up like good defense leading to offense. And that's just the kind of lift we could use. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half.
All right, now, I want everyone here.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a technical. Checked in for Wayne Ellington. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. On the court for the Pistons, Freak, he's in at point guard. Contavious Caldwell Pope is out there with Tobias Harris. Then there's Joel Anthony, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. Just 5 to shoot. From 10 feet out, no luck. Anthony with the defensive effort.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Here's Freak, and it's sent back by Lopez. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. .156 left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Caldwell Pope. Good on the triple. Caldwell Pope's got his second basket of the night.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it. Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Pass to Harris. Now the dish to Freak. Anthony up on top. To the left wing. Clock at 6. Here's Caldwell Pope. Offline with his 3. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
Here's Harris. And he can't bank that one in.
Well, you know, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well. Corralling those counters.
You know, that's about the only thing. There's not a whole lot else going right for him thus far.
You know, you can give a defender a lot of trouble if you're consistent with that turnaround jumper. It's almost impossible to block.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And there's the pass to Larkin. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. And I think they came out with some tired legs to start. But they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Here's Dinwiddie. Misses there. Shot. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Nets trail by 6. Changes for Brooklyn. Lopez, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Wayne Ellington. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. And then for Detroit, Harris is checked in for Marcus Morris. And Freak subbed in for Jackson. Donald Sloan out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then it's Thomas Robinson. And it's Young in at the 3 spot. So that's the Nets 5. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
Yeah, but they've been killing it from the free throw line tonight. Those points keep adding up as we go along.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Bogdanovich is checked in for Young. Ellington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Donald Sloan. They double him with Freak. Robinson passes to Jack. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Ellington. The Nets working the ball around now, and he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those. Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Outside Jack. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
And that's exactly how you close the game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan player of the game?
Overall, just a rock-solid outing for him. It's hard to point to any one area of the game because he was so good on both ends of the floor. He was dialed in defensively, and that helped carry the intensity on offense.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And then my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas. You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, it's stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, "Yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game." I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. See, you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hotties ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dap, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You know, he would introduce me and announce my name on the loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now, for real, and in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
Look, me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the 6th man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention, and it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court, and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.